Stockmo is the most disgusting, fucking repulsive thing I've ever seen in my entire life. This fucking dork has almost 600,000 subs. 600,000. And this is some of the fucking shit he says.
For 2025, the end of 2025, I still think this Ethereum will hit between $10,000 and $30,000. I don't know where in there. I still think it has a great opportunity to get right in the middle somewhere. But the minimum I see Ethereum, with the merge being successful this year, would be that $10,000 price by the end of 2025. The best, the bull run, I could see it.
Where where the fuck is he coming from? Where does he get these numbers? This is the thing, man. This is the thing. You you can pull out numbers from anywhere, right? But this just makes no sense. At least Arc makes assumptions. They might be stupid assumptions. They might make no sense, but at least they do something. This guy, he's just like, I could say anything. Why stop at 30,000? Why not 50,000? Why not 100,000? Oh, that's too much. Why? When does it stop? He said 2025. That's 3 years from now. Like, if you make an assumption like that, the correct sizing to buy Ethereum would be using a bunch of leverage, essentially, which I feel like there is a bunch of leverage in the crypto space, and that will hopefully be its undoing. But this is disgusting. I mean, you you can't just say things with no basis at all. I think 2 minutes before this, he looked at the chart um, on Google, and he's like, "Well, it's up a lot from 2020, so I don't know. Could go down lower, could go higher." But and then he's like, "Oh yeah, 3 years from now, it's gonna at least 5x in 3 years." How does this guy have any like credibility at all? I don't understand. Like this is such a
Getting
weird
up there
cult
to that 30,000.
environment.
So, there's no guarantees out there. Crypto is very risky. Governments can regulate. There's a lot of issues going on right
So why, if it's
now. There are people out there that lost millions off of some of these cryptos that just got crushed. That basically went bankrupt. Bankrupt. They're down there to basically zero.
so this is a common theme you see with people who lack critical thinking. This number can become this number, or this number can become this number, or it could go down. But they don't realize that 3x or 5xing in 3 years is a 2% probability, but it dropping 50% is maybe a 70% probability, right? They just think of like, okay, there's a chance that it 5x's, or there's a chance it goes to zero. But if it 5x's, that's pretty shit. But they don't understand the probability of that happening, right? That's a recurring theme. It's like a good test for basically whether or not someone has critical thinking or not, is whether they can whether they just look at something like that, like, oh, it's gonna 5x, but they don't consider the actual probability of both sides and then compute that into some sort of thought, right?
And so very scary stuff out there happening. And so that's something to watch. But with Ethereum down where it's at for me, I do feel like it's the time to start taking advantage of it. I have been buying little pieces. Now I'm going to start going up to full Ethereum.
So crypto is still at a price where this is valid. This is going to be a set in stone. I fucking told you so. 5 years from now, this shit is going to tank. It's going to hurt a bunch of people. Every single crypto out there, um, Bitcoin, Ethereum, everything. It's going to get fucking destroyed. And people like him who are shilling this bullshit based off absolutely nothing, are part of the problem. And a lot of people are going to just not have a chance of retiring or being financially free. Because the problem with this is going to last for probably a while. Might take 5 years, might take 10 years, but eventually this whole system will collapse. And ironically, the longer it goes on, the more it's going to hurt people, even though people think it's better if it just keeps going. The longer it goes on, the less time you're going to have to recuperate, and a lot of people are just going to completely miss out on financial freedom because they lack critical thinking, um, such as this guy.
Buying one Ethereum as I dollar cost average through some of this. So in case it does drop additional, I will be okay, and I'll continue to dollar cost average. You know, even if it drops down to
No, you won't. See, people like this, once it drops like 50% in a day. This guy did this with Workhorse. A very good example. It dropped 50% in a day, and he's like, "Oh, I'll hold on to it no matter what." It drops 50% a day, and he's like, actually, never mind. This is garbage, right? Same thing's gonna if crypto tanks like crazy. Same thing's gonna happen. As soon as we get back down to the levels before COVID, it's all over because everyone's underwater, and yeah.
1,500 to even 1,000, I would continue to buy. But the more it drops, the more I'm going to buy. At
The more it drops, the more I'm gonna buy. But that's based off absolutely
this
nothing.
point, I had dry powder on the sideline for Ethereum, and I was hopeful that we'd never get back down here. But here we are. So I'm going to continue what I did back in. I think we were doing this in May 2021, all the way up to that July, up through there as well, of buying one Ethereum.
See, this should be fucking illegal. You can't have an audience like this and just say this is where an asset's gonna go, right? I mean, I guess you can, but like the way he's doing it, and does this guy sell anything? He's a Patreon. God, he has so many fucking links. Jesus Christ. Fucking loser. Supporter, achiever. All 6 levels. Aristocrat, royalty. Wow. $100 a month. Sold out? How are you sold out? Okay. I mean, it's not too bad. But, yeah. This guy's a fucking idiot. That's all. See ya.